Okay, what is up, my tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your magic card needs. We've got draft 2 of day 2 of the Arena Open. So high stakes. I went 3-1 in the first draft with me, which means I don't have any losses to give. So we need to win some games. If I get 2 wins, I will be in the cash. 1 win is a bunch of gems. And we have a pretty decent opening card here with the Unstable Glyph Bridge. Card I have been playing against quite often lately, but kind of nice to have opened it here myself. Bad news is I'm passing 3 good white uncommons alongside of it and a Poison Dart Frog, so this is a little bit awkward for the signaling, but you just got to take the best card. Pick one, pack one every single time, so hopefully that doesn't hurt us too much. This is not exactly the second pick I was hoping to see. What am I going to consider here? I think Ceratops is pretty strong, but not something I generally want to just take second pick. I think Greening Minecart can be pretty good. Let's see, Stomper is solid, Idle is okay, Chance is good, Cave is also fine. I don't think there's like a big wow card here. There's nothing that really speaks to me as being clearly better than everything else. I might just take the Minecart. Yeah, I think this is okay. Anytime you get to attack with the minecart and the opponent can only at best trade, it feels really, really good. I don't know. That was a pretty weak second pick. Decent enough third pick here, as I'm just going to take the Petrify. Dreadmaw's Ire, also a really good combat trick. Some okay other playables here. Kincaller, Axejaw, Dinotomaton, Iceberg. Yeah, I think Petrify is probably the best card in the pack, or close to it. It makes the most sense to take that here. Seems fine. Market Gnome. That's not really a card you want to be taking super early, but it does actually do quite a bit of work, whether you're sacrificing it to something like Bartolome here, or maybe you're using it to craft. But like I said, I don't think that's really a fourth pick card. What am I looking at? I'm looking at Tendril of the Myco Tyrant. Nice 2-drop in green. That's a very good late game win con. Compass Gnome is pretty safe. Cosmium Blast is fine, but it's on the weaker end of the removal scale. I kind of like just taking the Compass Gnome here. As weird as that is, I'm going to end up playing that in no matter what deck I end up in, so I think that's a good place to take it. That's a pretty late Join the Dead. I think I like just taking the Whirlpool or the Sunscribe here. And sticking with white for now. I think I'll go with the Pool. But I do want to keep an eye open, because if the black is flowing, it will be a good place to be. Okay. We are getting a 6-pick Kutzel now. That's rather nice. Another Compass Gnome here. Gem Guard's fine. Grasping Shadows. I don't like green-white, but we're not going to pass the Kutzel. And now we're getting the 7th pick, Guardian of the Great Door. That seems really good. Viper is nice here. Cavern Stomper's good. Alright, well, if nothing else, we have some really solid white to start. With the Kutzel, we're going to want to either pick up equipment or extra ways to buff our creatures, but equipment will be the easiest amongst them, right? Whenever one of our creatures you control, each with power greater than its base power, deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. So this doesn't trigger for each creature. This only triggers once. I thought it will work with First Strike. So if you have like a Kinjali's Dawn Runner, and it hits the opponent with first strike, you get to draw a card, and then with normal combat damage, though that's not going to generally happen too frequently. Kincaller, Hidden Courtyard, some okay blue, some okay black. I guess I'm just going to take the Hidden Courtyard here to play it safe. As we know we'll play that for sure if we're going to end up in white. Whereas if I take one of these green, blue, or black cards, we're not entirely sure if it's going to make the end deck. And taking a Courtyard 8th pick is pretty good anyways. Nursery's okay. Could take the Mycoid. The Archaeologist isn't terrible when we have Glyph Bridge, Minecart, and whatever. I think that's generally more filler. Okay, a couple of mediocre wheels. Crack shots, whatever. Infantry's kind of whatever. I think I'd rather have 2 drops, but this is not really a 2-drop I ever look to play, so I'll just take the 3 there. Axejaw Wheeling is great. Losing out on a Captivating Cave, no big deal. Cosmium Blast to wield. I mean, I'll take it here, 12th pick, but again, not particularly interested in. Okay, yeah, actually, we're getting some good green and white stuff coming back around. I would definitely main deck that Over the Edge if we had taken it, but River Herald Guide a little bit better there, so. Gonna lean into green-white. Gonna hope we open what? What are the best green-white cards to open? Kellen? What's another green-white card in this format? The Llama Land? Is there some mythic green-white card I'm forgetting about? Maybe. What are the good green-white rares in this format? Are there any? My mind is blanking. I'm very sleep deprived right now. Okay, phew. If that was Aclazotz proper, I'd be taking it, but Bloodletter of Aclazotz, I am not too upset about having to pass. Let's take the Attentive Sunscribe here. Solid enough 2-drop. Pretty good with vehicles, right? You can crew a vehicle with the Sunscribe, get the free scry. Wouldn't actually mind running Malamet Scythe in this deck. It's a good combat trick, and it works well with the Kutzel as well. I mean, this is, don't get me wrong, this is not a good first pick. In fact, even if we were playing black, the Bloodletter of Aclazotz is not like a crazy good first pick. It's just decent. So yeah, this pack is actually just kind of bad in general. Well, I hope I get rewarded with like a Resplendent Angel passed to me or something, because second picking Attentive Sunscribe is not where I want to be in life. Magmatic Galleon. Okay. The way I see it is, I only have 3 green cards right now. We could definitely stay open to playing red. That being said, I lose out on a couple of good playables for us, both the Ironpaw Aspirant and, I mean, maybe the Hammer's not exciting, but still definitely playable. Yeah, I think the upside of taking the Galleon makes sense over taking the Aspirant, and we might even wheel the white cards anyways, because it does feel like white's going around pretty late in this pod. So we get another Petrify here versus Landmark would maybe be okay. I don't have that many artifacts right now, but I don't actually think that card is bad. There's another Scythe. And then like Deadweight's the actual second best card in the pack behind the Petrify, but huh, there we go. Some other good cards. Treasure Map, Guardian number 2, Might of the Ancestors, although it doesn't look like I'm going to be the Might of the Ancestors deck. I don't have any of the Miner's Guide Wings or anything yet. And even a Master's Guide Mural we could consider taking. I mean, just look, I took the Galleon. I could definitely take the Master's Guide Mural and look to still be playing blue, but similarly, we haven't really seen any of the good blue signals. We've seen no scouts, no sirens or whatever. What if the treasure map's right? Feels like it's good enough value. It goes into any deck. There's an Aspirant now, or we can take the Pup. Pup is okay to rebuy like Petrifies. You play them early and then you buy it back and play it on something better. You can bounce like your Glyph Bridge. Yeah, and like the aspirants, while they're good with Kutzel, I don't even know if I'm playing green. And like I said, I don't have any of those Miners Guide Wings right now, so I'm just going to take the puppy. Okay, gosh, I take the Wander Glyph here for the possibility of that red still, I guess, over Landmark. There's a Scallywag. Oh, there's a Tali's Favor. There's a Gem Guard. These are solid enough pickups. How many 2-drops do I have? 1, 2, 3 right now. I guess Gem Guard is once again just the safer pick, but Tali's Favor is pretty good. I think I'm going to still take that. I could always splash the Kutzel. Ooh, Twists and Turns is honestly pretty good here as well. Creature you control would explore. Instead, you scry one, then that creature explores. When it enters the battlefield, the target creature you control explores. When a land enters the battlefield you control, if you control 7 or more lands, you transform it. It's either that or taking another Sunscry, which I guess another Sunscry wouldn't be bad. But Twists and Turns has some really good late game viability as well. I guess if I end up in red, the Ceratops maybe. I don't think there's any reason to play straight up Naya in before I open Zakama. That's still not a great reason. There's not really anything great to splash. Maybe just the Kutzel. Galleon, you can't really splash for it, so kind of need to be playing red as a main to do that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be pairing the white with. I just feel like we haven't really seen any of the like the key cards you would want for any of the other colors, you know? There's another Scythe. We haven't really seen any like frogs or final strikes in green. We've seen, I guess, a Deadweight and a Join the Dead in black. In blue, like I said, we haven't seen any Waterwind Scouts. We haven't seen any Oaken Sirens. Red, we haven't seen like a Braids. We've seen like a Torch, one Torch or something. We haven't really seen any Rock Slides. So, ooh, actually that Landmark we might end up playing. Interesting draft for sure. Nice thing is we still have a full pack 3 to fully give us direction we want. And okay, we opened some playables. Or Scribe's not bad, though I don't think it's at its best in this deck. We also have a Tinker's Tote. It's a nice one. We have a Staggering Size combat trick. We have another Atali's Favor. Again, I think the Tote is the safest pick here. I mean, I kind of want to take the Favor. I kind of want to take the Scribe, or maybe even the Dinotomaton, but the Tote seems probably the best. Growing Rights of Itlamok, not good. Thankfully, Dusk Rose Reliquary is pretty solid. Losing out on an Aspirant, and I guess a Cash would be okay. Vanguard of the Rose and a Belligerent Yearling. There's an Idol here as well. How good is Vanguard of the Rose in our deck? It would probably be okay. Yeah, we'll take the Vanguard. There's a Miner's Guidewing, finally. Do we even want it here, though? We have a few other choices. Another Aspirant, that's like the third or fourth we've seen. Plundering Pirate, Cavern Stomper, Over the Edge, Hidden Courtyard. Looks like probably going with green here. Okay, there's an Adaptive Gem Guard. There's that Huatley's Final Strike, finally. I'm actually a little bit low on creature count. Now that I think about it, we're at like 10 creatures, it says. 11 with the tote. That might make me playing like the equipment not very good. I'm still going to take the Final Strike here. Another Petrify, but I guess we'll just take the Guardian this time. Kind of feel like I might want to take the Veteran over another 2-drop as well. Just as another big thing to do. The River Herald Guide seems okay. Staggering Size is a surprisingly decent trick. I don't think we'll be playing the Brawler. How many 2-drops do I have? 1, 2, 3 right now? I guess that's... Oh, 1, 2... Yeah, 3. Not great. But we ended up with a decent creature count overall. Yeah, I mean, this is not bad. Could it be better? For sure. But I don't think we ended up in a bad spot. I ended up cutting that Cosmium Blast. We have so much better removal already. That Aspirant Wheeling. Actually, Helping Hand getting back like Kutzel or something is also pretty good. Guess maybe I don't need Staggering Size here anymore. Like I was saying, we have so much removal now, right? If you can count the Scythe as a removal spell. Reliquary, 2 Petrifies, Final Strike, Glyph Bridge, Whirlpool. I don't think we're hurting for removal, which is surprising since we're green-white. Yeah, I think we ended up with a pretty good deck, honestly. Let's see here. 14-ish creatures, 15-ish creatures when you count the tote. How's our curve look? Yeah, we ended up with quite a few... Well, no. Those Guardians are going to be coming down later. Actually, you know what? Probably don't even need this Malamet Veteran since we have the double flyer as well, right? Let's go like that. Or maybe I cut the 3/3 here. Actually, it's probably better just to cut the kin color since we only have one other dinosaur. Yeah, let's do that instead. I will say that having 2 Guardian of the Great Door, I'm kind of a little bit tempted to run some of these other cheaper artifacts again, but I don't really think there's much I would want to cut for those, so let's just add our 2 caves and go to round 1 here. This is draft 2 of the Arena Open. I get 5,000 gems back immediately. 1 win gets me 15, and then we can win up to $2,000 if I win out. To reiterate, I have no losses to give because I went 3-1 in draft number 1. How are we looking? Yeah, not bad. Pretty good green-white curve. It's too bad we're not on the play here. Nice. It's a good time to draw our tap land, one of our tap lands. Mirror Match. Leave it to Arena to put the only 2 green-white decks together. course they have the tote versus my Vanguard. Pain. Nothing but pain here. Ooh, that's really important. If we'd hit a spell there, the 4-2 versus the 1-1s would have been so much better. I have 2 3-1s versus 2 1-1s. That's fine. I'll take 2. They'll block, and I'll Scythe. And this way we also have a big creature for our final strike in hand. Next turn if they just play a creature of their own, you know? Yeah, 5-3 Vigilance here is fat. I like to see that. If they do not activate, then I probably don't want to attack into their open mana, as it will be clear they have something. That's fine. It's a good draw. Oh, actually, I can play the map here first, can I? Yeah. Because remember, we have the Scythe as well, which is an artifact to tap for the Guardian. Nice. Right, activate. Fine, I will take your 2 damage. They're saying that I either have a Cosmium Blast or like a Staggering Size or something. So I can play around the Cosmium Blast by just equipping the Scythe next turn. Okay, guess not. I could also opt to not scry here and just activate our cave, but I think we want to flip the treasure map as soon as possible. Holy smokes. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 of our lands seen. I think we're going to do this in response now. Oh, I guess I messed up. For some reason I thought killing that it would stop the explore, but of course they still get to explore, they just don't get the creature to explore on top of. Yeah, that's actually really good here. And reason is I can sacrifice my petrified creature, get their reliquary, get back my 4/4 flyer. Beautiful. They still have 5 cards in their hand, by the way. They opted to play their planes, though, which we didn't know about. Okay. Gonna need to find our Glyph Bridge. That is unfortunate. It's not bad. What's the wording on this? Okay. I guess I need to hope they don't have a removal spell here. But if they just wanted to sack all of their tokens and then attack, it would still be a really good turn for them. Ah. Alright, so I need to draw Glyph Bridge, and I get 2 draws at it. This only reveals creatures, right? Yeah. God, those over the edges I was talking about would be so good versus them. I take 7, they get 4 more 1/1s. We've got outs. That is not one of them. Draw. That is not it either. I'm not dead on board here, though. After I run out these. I go to 1 here. On the surface. Lose to any interaction or any pump, but... So they had Petrify, Whirlpool, Final Strike, a Reliquary of their own. Okay, looks like they cannot kill me this turn. What on earth is happening here? I was gonna say. So, to take the least amount of damage... I would want to block like this. Right? Because I'm gonna have to draw the I'm gonna have to draw the Glyph Bridge anyways, so I might as well preserve as much life. Now the other option I had was to not block with the Compass Gnome, and I would be able to keep it after using Glyph Bridge if I draw the Glyph Bridge, which obviously not guaranteed or anything. And this only hits creatures. Alright, this is Discover 4, so we don't want to reveal any more information. Alright, we are down a game already. It looks like the hammer is going to be pretty good versus them. I guess that's a way to kill artifacts and enchantments. What didn't seem so good? I guess the Vanguard of the Rose is pretty bad versus all their tokens. Small creatures. They actually didn't do much that game, did they? All the early stuff was irrelevant, and then they just had the Thunder Hulk. I guess maybe I shouldn't have killed their small Explorer creature. And the timing of when I did kill it let them draw an extra card, so... If I just leave their Explorer... No, that can't make sense. If you leave their Explorer creature alive, that's just going to get too much value, and I wasn't doing anything anyways. I mean, we looked at over half of our deck. If we draw Glyph Bridge there, it seems like we're probably crushing them because we still have the land that can grab creatures. No shame, though. No shame. It be what it be, and it is what it is. I almost wonder if being on the draw is correct in this matchup, but this is a nice on-the-play hand for sure. Turn 2 Sunscribe can pump it up if we want to. This seems like a very winnable matchup, though. They played a lot of filler, but they had that Gear Hulk plus the... There it is. Gear Hulk plus a lot of removal. So it was like... Or whatever. Thunder Hulk, removal, and then a bunch of filler. Speaking of which, like, Brawler. Lots of filler. The nice thing about the Glyph Bridge Scry, they don't know about it, right? It wasn't revealed, like, off of an Explorer. Sure. Totes up. Let's go Axejaw first. And then Scry. Yeah, 4/4 flyer seems good. Sure. Just gonna play our flyer and pass. No activation of the tote. Probably keeping it for reliquaries again. Guess I block a token here and make them then use their +3/+3. No, I guess I don't. Not with the Whirlpool and Puppy in my hand. Sure. Okay, now they're gonna fire that off. It's not gonna be bad for us to just fire off the Glyph Bridge a little bit early if we need to, because we have the pup to buy it back, you know? Over the edge for exploring, okay. They hit a Petrify, that's fine. Yeah, they do have a lot of removal. Oh, they're running double over the edge too. Love to see that. We're just trying to get them to use their trick that they were representing that previous turn when they attacked with their 2/2 and their 1/1. Okay with the double block, though. Ah, that's what they had. Cosmium Blast. Okay, that's fine. They only have one card left in their hand, so... Let's go ahead and just use the Glyph Bridge since we know they're drawing a Petrify. We have 2 different artifacts in our graveyard. Gutzel is the last card in their hand. Sure. Actually, yeah, let's just flip our Glyph Bridge here. And by doing so, if they petrify it next turn, then they won't be able to attack or whatever. Plus we have the puppy for the rebuy. Like, even if they petrify the Wanderglyph, it's still going to be an extremely annoying enchantment for them. Oh, are you kidding? They drew Final Strike off the top? Dude. That's extremely frustrating, because now we don't have the puppy buyback option. Wow. Well, good beats, good draw. Damn. Speaking of, we're still crushing them here, but would have been nice to have the pocket puppy with Glyph Bridge. Pretty happy with this play from them. Go ahead and get back our Guidewing now. We're going to save Petrify for a better creature. Great. Our opponent's draws have been very good. And you know they have a land in their hand because they kept... Oh my lord. Actually incredible, dude. Well, they've used 2 over the edge already, so would be pretty unlikely they would have another. Puppy's going to trade here for the 2/2 if it attacks. As it is not a very good creature versus all the other 1/1s. Yeah, if I'm going to draw a land, that's one of the lands we want to find. That's actually kind of annoying, too. Ooh, that's really good here. They get to look at their library. If they have a spell, they know they get to attack. Or if they have a land, actually. They have a Kellen. Okay, that's a good card. No, they have some good cards in their deck, too, no doubt. Oh my lord, dude. Drawn 4 more lands than they have so far. Remember, they know what's on top of their library off of the cap. So if it's a spell, they can put it on the 2/2, attack and make it a 4/4 and have a good attack. They have a lot of removal. Holy smokes. Yeah, their deck is sweet too. Again, they do have some filler stuff like some random 2/2s and whatnot, but otherwise it looks great. It's sinking. I need to draw a spell here. That's actually incredible. Oh my god, dude. That's so frustrating. 9, 10, 11, 12 lands for us now. Alright, I go to 2. I don't think we have any outs at this point. Oh, Tinker's Tote, I guess. Alright, well, that's Magic, baby. I'd say that was fun, but man, that was extremely annoying. We lost to a good deck, though. I mean, like I said, I think they did have a lot of filler, but that was more probably for curve purposes, because their removal looked really good, and they had a couple of really nice bombs, so... Yeah, they drew well, they played well, and we got crushed as a result. The Glyph Bridge, man, oh, that's... I'm still super frustrated about that. It would instantly win game 1. It was so good there on that last game, but then they topped, and we knew they top-decked the Huatli's Final Strike to kill the Glyph Bridge before I could hold up the puppy for it. So, good beats, good beats. Like I said, I mean, these things, you gotta draw well, you gotta play well, and our opponent did that better than we did. I think our deck was cool. Green-white is not really a super... what am I trying to say? Not a well-versed, but a, you don't really see green-white decks a lot. It's not really a deck that I think people try to draft, but when it comes together, you know, you can do some cool things. But that's it for this Arena Open. Sadly, we did not cash. In fact, sadly, we didn't even get one win for some extra gemmies, so that means I entered 3 times. We got 10,000 gems back, which means we're down 5,000 gems on this Arena Open. Until next time, my friends, I appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.